Good morning, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
And we welcome you to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. And today we're in Proverbs 3:27 through 32, Tyler.
Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I will give it when you have it with you. Do not plan harm against your neighbor who lives trustingly beside you. Do not quarrel with anyone without cause, when no harm has been done to you. Do not envy the violent. Do not choose any of their ways, for the perverse are an abomination to the Lord, but the upright are in his confidence.
All right. So the first thing with this one is if you have the money to pay someone that you hired, and that's the initial application of this, you pay them now. In a system where day labor was very common, holding out someone's money and going, "Oh, I'll pay you tomorrow." No, just no. The other part of this, though, comes into play. I knew of a fairly well-off individual that would contract with people to do work on their property. And then when it would come time to pay the bill, they'd go, "Oh, I don't want to pay you that." And then they would try and renegotiate after all the work had been done. And if the person didn't take a significantly smaller payment than what the powerful person had agreed, then the powerful person go, "Well, I'm just not paying you then." And they're like, "Feel free to sue me. I have plenty of attorneys." And you say, nah. It really didn't matter if they went to church or not. That kind of stunt. People normally, Tyler, when people think about stuff that's sending people to hell, what are the main sins that they usually think about?
Well, let's see. Debauchery in all of its various forms.
Okay.
Lying.
Okay. Debauchery means, anything that makes your flesh feel good to engage in by yourself or with other people, that in your heart, it's wrong to be doing it, but you do it anyways.
Yes.
Okay. Drunkenness, that's another popular one. Murder. I always love when someone, "Brother, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a murderer." Wow, could you set the bar much lower? And then you have people that go, "Oh, well, those homosexuals, they're going to hell, brother." Yeah, no, you and I need to be more worried about stuff like this, because most of the book of Proverbs, the dangerous thing sexually in the book of Proverbs is the chick that seduces you as a young man. That and this stuff of cheating people in business and in life. Cheating people. And here he says, if you have the power to do it then. Don't make people wait. Here's the practical side of that. You say, "Well, brother, I know I owe him $80 and I had 100, but if I pay him 80 right now, that I've only got 20. It's not your money, number one. They did the work. Pay it. It's theirs. Number two, if you don't have it the next day because you spent what was someone else's money, hello? Now you got to deal with them. And that's the whole thing that starts bringing up this, don't plan harm against your neighbor who lives trustingly beside you. Don't quarrel with anyone without. It creates a whole host of other problems, which now increases your headache factor. Do you remember what the preachers used to say the acronym for joy was? What joy was the acronym for? Jesus first, others second, and yourself last. That's the way to have joy. No, it's not. You know what he's telling you here? Think about yourself first. Because if you start down this road, you are going to give yourself all kinds of headaches. Because this person that you owe, now you're going to have to deal with them. You're going to have to duck them. No. They live near you. You've created a quarrel. Sometimes the stuff you do in Proverbs, you know why you do it? Just because it makes your own life easier. brother, that's not godly. He's the one who wrote it, not me. Do you understand, Tyler, that if part of what motivates you to do what's right is because it decreases your headache and your time loss and everything else, that's not bad for you to do what's right. But have you not heard people say, unless you're doing it for Jesus, then it's like it doesn't count?
Yes.
Really? So me paying people, me taking care of my obligations, and me trying to take care of and resolve things so that there's no quarrels, if I don't do it just because I love Jesus, it's no good?
Apparently.
But he says right here, you do it. And here's the interesting thing. It's the doing of the thing that causes you to be classed in verse 32 as the upright. Doing this stuff and not doing some of this other stuff is what God says causes you to be upright. It was a discussion that I was able to chime in on was the debate between doing right and being right. And one person was arguing about being right is more important than doing right. And I replied to it and I said, the only way that we know you are being right is because you are doing right. And if you consistently are doing right, time will come where you will be right. It's a whole cart, horse, train, locomotive, caboose, ship, airplane, whatever. You know, you got to get stuff in the right
I was about
order.
to say, you done mixing your metaphors now?
Well, I've never seen a jumbo jet pull an ocean liner.
Me either.
Just doesn't happen. So, it's okay to do stuff because it cuts down on your headache. And if you want something in the New Testament that makes that point, Romans chapter 12. Romans chapter 12. You want to add anything, my brother?
No, sir.
All right, I'm Brian Reagan. This is Tyler Kelly. And we bid you
A good morning.
see you at lunch.